Still not on intro. So, we are, what are we? 8th of January. Oh my Jesus. We've got a gameplay video for you guys today. And you know, that's what we watch me for. We don't watch for fraud pack openings. We come for pure entertainment. The man of the people, working class. Someone who shows you don't need to spend these thousands on team of the years. We can do it with 100k teams. I got top 100 with a silver team this year. EA, didn't I? Top 100 with a bronze team in the past. So if you didn't know, you do now. You probably did know. The top 100 100k video will be out next week whilst I'm in Atlanta. I'm going to record it straight after this. The bronze team, which I may or may not have done, will be out a week after the 100k team. The custom tactics that I used to get top 100 with a 100k team, top 100 with the team that I'm going to show you right now, was posted 2 days ago on this channel, so you can look in the description and click if you want to see them custom tactics and get sick yourself. Also, you know what I was thinking? Because I was doing, oh yeah, so I did my first ever icon swap stuff last night, and like I was sat there for like 6 hours playing with like these La Liga teams, Prem teams, Serie A, Bundesliga. I did the Iniesta thing as well, so I was literally sat there for like a whole day, like 8 hours doing it, and I was thinking, I may as well just post this stuff. But I've always wanted my YouTube channel to be like a quality, not quantity thing. Like, I want it to be a thing where if I upload, then people know it's going to be a good video, so they're going to click it. I don't want it to be like where I'm uploading every single day, and it might just be random stuff that people aren't that interested in. So, who would be interested in a second channel where I never ever go AWOL? I'm just posting like near enough daily. I'll do tournament vlogs on it. Might even start vlogging night out, lads oldies, not even monetize any of it. But just so like I'm active and always here, because it always seems like I go missing for like years, doesn't it? So let me know if you want to see a second channel. And that'll be like, even though I will do like the vlog type stuff on it, it will mainly be like me just doing like all the random stuff on FIFA that you always do but you never see me do. So maybe like the icon swaps thing, I'll show all the highlights of them first 6 icon swaps. Maybe tell you which icons you should get for 6 tokens, 10 tokens, 14 tokens. Just get into like all the little stuff of FIFA that I don't really want on my main channel. But you can let me know in the comments if you want that. We'll get straight into this video. That's why you're watching this. Now, we did it with a Portugal team, as I'm sure I would have put in the title. So this is just literally the first of a very simple series. It's just, we're just going to do FUT Champions with different nations. Portugal. We'll do England, Spain, Germany, Argentina, maybe like Ireland, Wales, Scotland. So by the end of the year, we should have done like 15, 20 of them. But we just started with Portugal because, as you lot would have seen, I got Eusebio in my base icon pack. And I was like, I need to use this card. This card cannot sit in my club. So I thought, I'll just do a Portugal team. I can't really remember how it first set up, but I remember what I changed it to. So that should be on your screen now anyway, because I'll make sure it's recorded for you. But what I did, my team was set up so weirdly. I even switched the fullbacks, I'm pretty sure. Because there's like a massive issue with Portugal, and that's that they have no good centre-backs whatsoever. So what we did, we seen that there was 3 quick fullbacks. So obviously you need to get one of them in. Then I seen that there was 3 decently paced CDMs, and one was obviously big in William Carvalho. And in the event this year, I've done a thing where I put Vieira at centre-back, so I thought I may as well do the same thing with Carvalho. But you always want your centre-back to be the one with 10 chemistry, because like your centre-back's more important than your centre-mid getting like a few extra passing stats. I had that Jedson Fernandez as well, who I'm telling you, lads, if you didn't do this card, you are, alright, I'm not going to be mean, but I'm sure he was like 10k or something. He's like 81 rated, he was quick, he could pass, he can defend, he was such a steal. In my opinion, maybe the best all-round card I've used for his price on this game. He's just one of them players who like, he just seemed involved in everything. He just seemed to be in control of the game. He'd grab a game by the scruff of its neck. So yeah, I loved him. I would say he was my most important player over the 30 games, like without a doubt. Like, obviously you'll see in the highlights, Ronaldo and Eusebio will be scoring all the goals, but these two in centre mid, Sanchez and Fernandez, you just couldn't get through them, and they just dominate you athletically, technically, you name it. They're my boys. Wide positions, we had Rafael Guerreiro and Bernardo Silva, because I just need to mix it up a bit. With these nation thing as well, like say if it's like England, Spain, Germany, I don't want to use the absolute best players in every position. I want to use the important ones that everyone loves, like obviously Portuguese people want me to use Ronaldo and Eusebio. I didn't use Deco, who I've actually got on the back of this top. I was going to wear it, but I think it might be a bit too small. Yeah, people might think Bernardo Silva was a bit slow for a winger, but you know, as Nepenthes would say, whack a hunter a shadow and he'll be as quick as lightning. They are quite annoying, these highlights. So because, right, I've already lost a game by this point. I started recording the highlights when I was like 16-1 because I like getting the last 10 to 15 games on highlights. I don't like just putting like my sickest goals in because it's against people who don't have hands. Like I think that's a bit fraudulent when people do that. I think you'd rather see like competitive games. No, I think that shows whether you're actually good or not. Like anyone can beat the first few people on champs. But because you know I've already lost and you know I've got top 100 by the title, you'll know that I just win every game from this point. And so I lost a game at the start. I think it was like my 8th game or something. And it was one of them where I just weren't really trying. Like the first 10 games are normally a coast, so I'm just like, oh, I'll win this game. Next minute I'm 2-0 down and I can't get it back. So it's quite annoying that I didn't get the footage of it. I would have got it off Champs channel, but the loss also weren't on that for some reason. So yeah, there's just no way of getting it. It was literally just a standard loss. It weren't even the fact that I got rigged. I was just being careless. I was just sat there, just, you know, like playing, FaceTiming, whatever. And I was like, oh, I lost. So I don't think there's much left to say on the gameplay side of it, really. I explained most of it in the pre-game, didn't I, when the squads was on. It's funny as well, because everyone just expects me to get top 100 if it's just like a good team now. Whereas, like I say, every video, it's so hard. Like, especially on PlayStation, you need to get 30. You know, I just creeped in with this 29. But yeah, there's the best players in the world who are attending tournaments who aren't getting it with like R9 and Hullet. So when I am doing these Future Nations challenges, which I want you to get down in the comments, which nations you want me to do next, don't expect much, please. All I'm doing is aiming for Elite 1. And then if I get top 100, good. I just shot myself in the foot, really, didn't I, by uploading the silver thing as like my first video back. But I'm going to let this sick gameplay carry on in the background because I asked for some of your questions yesterday on Twitter. If you want to get involved in it in the future videos and ask me questions, then make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Them will be in the description below. Don't worry though, we're not going to do as many as last time, as you was all complaining that I didn't come up for a breath. I'm just going to scroll through these. It's just going to be all Everton questions. I'm not answering any Everton Liverpool questions. Squirrelhead LFC asks, I struggle to close out close games where there may be a goal or two in it. What's the best way to soak up constant pressure? You've not watched my constant tactic video, have you? You can't come in with questions when you've not watched my most recent video. Now, I'd say first, watch the video. But if you've not, then just stick to your normal tactics. If you've got a narrow formation, you need to go wider because you need to exploit where the space is going to be and be able to switch it from side to side. But something like a 4-2-3-1, just put the depth down a bit. And constant pressure, the players will usually stay up one end of the field once you break it. If you turn around to your own goal when someone's on constant pressure and you start passing backwards, you may as well just kick it out for a throw-in because the team swarms you from all angles. Whereas if you go to defence, maybe look like you might be able to turn back, then go straight into midfield again and just try to keep it between like your wide midfielders, centre mid. Go forward at every opportunity and then just pass it back to your midfielders. And their players just end up in no man's land. They just end up being like goal side of your players but not really doing anything, so it's quite easy to keep it in the middle of the pitch or to the side. Just make sure you don't go backwards. Like you do, but go forward straight away. Like always be active. Don't have more than like 3 touches on the ball. Shadow asks, how do you complete the a pro level press? Okay, because I play on balanced, I don't have any AI help, so everything that I do is for me. You need to have a plan in your head. Like when they've got the ball, you're like, where do I want them to pass it? Where do I want to force them to pass it? So what you'll do, you'll cut a certain passing lane so they can't go to that player, make them maybe want to go to the other, but once you cut that passing lane, run towards like the ball. Like too many people cut the passing lane, then stay there. So the other player doesn't need to pass it. It's like, you're not putting any pressure on me, I can just wait here. I can maybe turn back, start again. Whereas if you cut the passing lane, then put pressure on them, then they start panicking and they might just press the button. But yeah, it's more so about having an idea in your head, like setting traps almost. Also, if you are about like a pro level press, then it goes without saying that you have to be using right stick switching and not L1 switching. Ketchup in the cupboard or the fridge, right? I don't know why you've asked that question, Ryan. It's really weird. So yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday, it was like a few days ago. Basically, I was like, why is ketchup in the fridge? And then like my stepmom and dad were laughing at me. I was like, what? So it turns out that when you open like a bottle of something, you're meant to put it in the fridge. Like, what legit all my life I put ketchup in the cupboards without dying, may I add, because it seemed that serious. Owen asks, honest opinion on FIFA, no holding back, don't know why I'd hold back, or EA as a company. So if you watch it when I streamed, you'd know a very unfiltered version of this. I don't know, like the game itself, there's a very big nostalgia effect in FIFA where you think the old games are better than they are. Like I enjoyed them more than I do now, but Maybe that's because I was younger and I liked games more. I don't know, like, last FIFA was undoubtedly the worst one in history. El Tornado crosses that apparently I could only do throughout the game now. It's all on the floor and I'm better than I've ever been. Just saying. Timed finishing and keep movement as well, like Spider-Man in net. That last FIFA's a write-off. FIFA 18 was okay, I think. FIFA 17, people think was just godsend. If you go back and play it, you then realise how strong the AI was then as well. Like, it's literally probably nothing compared to this one. And then FIFA 16, 15 were very unrealistic. Although fun, they was more fun. But if you play them now, if you go and play that game now, you're like, what on earth is this? So on a gameplay front, I feel like we can all have like different opinions on that. Like, it doesn't really matter. We're all playing the same game. The big issue is, and always will be, is the servers. Like, I am telling you now, if the servers were fixed, there wouldn't be a problem with gameplay. I played a few games on Champs like one weekend. It was like 3 weeks ago in Europe. Actually, we weren't 3 weeks ago then. It was like a month and a half ago and it was in Europe. And oh my, I have never ever played anything like that in my life, this game. It was the best FIFA ever created. It was because it was quick. It's because it was responsive. It's because you could do what you needed to do. People tried to drop back against me. It happened for like 3 games in a row on Champs. And it was the funniest thing. You could just go and you through. So drop back and AI defending became irrelevant because the servers were responsive. That's what it all comes down to. And especially I've noticed it more since I've come to North America. Because literally, so the silver team in Europe, I'm in England, so I don't know. I'm relatively close to some servers, aren't I? Here, I did the 100k team here, and I am like as far away from a server as you can possibly be, except from like some parts of Africa and the Middle East. So yeah, that also delivers a massive L to the people who were saying all my gameplays because the servers are good. Like, no, I'm just sick. But yeah, the servers is an EA thing, isn't it? And that brings me on to the next bit, the EA company bit. Whereas, do they need to fix it? Like, who are they actually appealing to if they fix it? Are they appealing to like the 10 to 5%? I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm saying it's a horribly morally wrong thing to do to not fix it. But it's our fault. It's not our fault, because if all the pro players and all the YouTubers stopped buying packs or boycotted a tournament or whatever, if I boycotted a tournament, just be like, okay, who's the next person down? Yep, you're in. And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm unemployed now. Brilliant. If YouTubers stop opening packs, like, I don't spend a lot of money on packs apart from at the beginning of the game when I need team for qualifiers, but I never usually spend money on like promos on Team of the Year or Black Friday. I didn't spend anything Black Friday, but like, it makes a difference. If everyone stopped, then they would still sell out them 50,000 or 20,000 packs. So all EA care about is money. Let's be honest, that's their motive. And okay, like, I don't understand why they don't sometimes do like discounted packs like on Black Friday. Like, surely to improve customer relations or your public image, you would do it. So I don't know why they don't do it sometimes, but they still sell out. So from a business perspective, from a ruthless business perspective, are the people in charge doing the right thing to their superiors? Maybe. But yeah, we all know what they want, and it's money. Simple. Tom asks, thoughts on the Derby defeat? Yes, I know it's a sensitive subject. Yes, it is a sensitive subject. I can't even speak properly. I'm not angry about it. Like, forget about us winning once last decade. Forget about us not winning at Anfield for 21 years. Even in recent years, you've got the Mane goal at Goodison, that miss it by Sturridge off the post, 94th minute winner. You've got the Origi goal last year, and you're like, it can never get worse than this, can it? Well, it did. Like, the embarrassment, let's take nothing away from how a few of Liverpool's youngsters played. Like, a lot of youngsters, a lot weren't. Liverpool's average age was 24, ours was 26. But that aside, the fact that it was a Liverpool reserves team, like, let's be honest, they absolutely, like, okay, we could have gone ahead on a different day, like 3 times, and maybe we could have won the game, but, like, who cares? That second half, for 60 minutes of it, them youngsters, them reserves, absolutely battered us in every single instance. They wanted it more, which, by the way, is an issue in recent Liverpool-Everton games as well. Like, Liverpool are the best team in the world at the minute, but yet in derbies, where the lesser team is probably meant to make it that, like, groggy, intimidating game, it's Liverpool, it's Robertson, Trent, Milner, Henderson, who were the ones who were making it like a derby. So not only are they a lot better at football, they also want it more. But you know, the less saying that the better, because I'm trying to be Everton's pro player soon. So yeah, I don't want to get written off. Top 100 with a full Everton team. I'll be lucky to get bronze 1. If you had to leave hashtag, which esports team would you join? I feel like by the time I would leave hashtag, if I did, I would have done the love and loyalty to like a big fulfillment. So I feel like I would need like, you know, a China career move, like set myself up or something. So hopefully a team in like China or Saudi created team, and I'll just go there, get my payday, and then get a yacht or something, or wherever Texas. Don't know who's going to win the FA Cup, who's going to win the Champions League. Okay, so this is the thing, because I don't get why Liverpool are like throwing the FA Cup so much. Like, I know Liverpool players like, we need this Premier League title, but you've got it. Like, you've got it. The FA Cup isn't as small as people think. 3 teams outside the top 6 have won it in the last 33 years. I think Wigan, Portsmouth and Everton, so it shows that the big teams are still winning it. To get a treble is still one of the massive things in English football, like United did in '99. So I don't know why Liverpool don't go for that. Maybe play some less teams in the league where they still pick up points. Try and go for the FA Cup, because I think, okay, if there's an FA Cup getting near a Champions League, I can understand it, but I do think Liverpool will win the Champions League, and I think City will win the FA Cup again, because they'll get a League 1 team every round. Where have you had the call up to the hashtag first team? So I have it in chapter 2. I did in chapter 1. My debut was at Upton Park against Mark Wright, who, if you look very closely, you can see him there. He's meant to be a semi-pro. I never played right back. I'm more of I was like a centre attacking mid. I'd say my best position is box-to-box, but I've not got the fitness for it these days. I was also right back for like 30 minutes against warm ballers, Jimmy Conrad's team, which was like proper like for like professional / semi-pro footballers. Best player was on my side, who's still playing professional football, kept him absolutely quiet, 0-0. I get brought off, we lose like 5-2, that's all I'm going to say. How on earth do you break, drop back? So again, you don't watch my custom tactics, you lot, do you? Walk down the sides, have a wide formation, walk down the sides, get into a good position where they are completely dropped back, whereas if they get the ball, it's very hard for them to counter-attack because they get the ball so deep as well. And just keep prodding away, just take your time, just slow, never sprint. Do not sprint at any point. When you get past halfway line, don't sprint. Get rid of the button, take it apart. Just take your time, go centre mid, centre mid, centre mid, centre mid, right attacking mid, striker, go. And then if it doesn't work, just keep trying. Get defend mode. Give me your button configuration. Oh, I didn't do that, did I? I should have done that because some tactics vid. Yeah, if you like this vid, I'll release my camera settings and controller settings. My controller settings are weird. Oh, that's all I'm going to say on it. Canadian or British birds. Do you mean like flat? What on earth am I doing? Or like, you know, females. I'm going to guess you mean females. Sorry if I've stereotyped. I'd say Canadian. British are like a bit more stuck up. And Canadian like, oh my god, you have an accent. And Curtis asks, I think that's the last one, how do you stay so calm when you concede? Okay, because in events, like, people would see, there's a full clip of me against Houston with the camera on as well. Like, even when I'm scoring to go ahead and conceding, nothing really, like, happens. And it's like, when you concede a goal on FIFA, like, come on. Like, what does it mean? Like, we're all in a privileged position to be playing a video game in general. Never mind, I'll be doing it for money. It's like, okay, I'm not saying people can't get angry at things, but just put things into perspective. Like, now in the world, there's people in the Middle East, Iran, in the houses, hearing bombs and missiles go over them, like, scared for their lives. I'm sat on a desk playing a video game and someone scores a lucky goal. Like, whatever. Like, the more you don't let it bother you, the more fun you'll have. And then that's when, like, when I won that penalty shootout against Raverson, like, I'm not celebrating because I'm, like, so happy. I'm just celebrating because I was genuinely just having fun that tournament. If I lost, you will never see me, like, crying in the chair or, like, distraught over a loss. Like, maybe it should mean more, but I don't know. It just doesn't. It's my football fix. And I'm not going to let a game rule my life or mood. The day I do that is the day I die. And Australia as well, there's bushfires all over the country. People's homes being ruined. 500 million animals dying. Like, we're playing a game, which, by the way, Spencer, shout out, he's doing a Twitch stream this weekend. He's become a regular streamer again. He's got loads of prizes up for grabs. I've put a signed controller in there as well, so make sure you watch that. I think he's doing it like Thursday to Sunday, raising all money for the bushfires in Australia. But that's where I'll leave that video. I hope you enjoyed all that gameplay. Like I said, let me know which nations you want to see next. I'm going to upload that top 100, 100k gameplay next week. May or may not have done that bronze team thing. That'll be the week after. This weekend, I'll do either the Nations Challenge or all the names beginning with C, because I've done A and B, I've just not uploaded them yet. So let me know if you want me to do a Nations Challenge or that, or maybe a 50k team, 250k team. Right, I'll say now, don't make it stupid this weekend. Just make it like fun and creative, something that's achievable, that will have like decent players, because I've got the tournament next week, so I don't really want to be playing with like bronze or silver players this week. But the comment that gets the most likes, I will do this weekend. So get involved in the comments. I'll get my reward video with Team of the Year packs as well. I might just make it into one. I can't bother squeezing 2 videos out of it. I don't like pack openings. I'll get that out on Saturday or Sunday. Hopefully I'll pack a blue. Probably won't, but I'm not putting stupid amounts of money and I'm not an idiot. Like I said, hope you enjoyed this video. Get involved in the comments. Let me know what I can do. Yes, please subscribe. It would mean a massive amount to me. Shout out Will N.E. Hope you enjoyed this, and until next time,